Okay, we're catching up with Daniel from Harmonix here because the cat is out of the bag. It's sort of been teased and rumored for a very long time. Rock Band is coming back. What's the feeling at the offices about this project and sort of getting back to Rock Band?
We could not be more excited to be talking about Rock Band 4. Honestly, this is a game that we knew we would come back to at some point, and really it was over the summer when a vision started to crystallize. And you know, for me, it was one of these things where we would not be here talking to you if we didn't feel like we had a vision, a creative vision that warranted the return. You know, we were not interested in just doing a port of Rock Band 3. We really wanted to be in a spot where we could push the envelope of the genre and create something that built on a great foundation, but also provided some new gameplay. So a lot of what we're talking about is some of the kind of, you know, really important fundamentals, these aspects of the platform that are really, you know, key to all of our fans. You know, how we're handling DLC and how we're handling hardware, and we have great news on those fronts. What we're not talking about are some of the new things that we're doing in the game, but we're trying to build some anticipation for E3 when we actually have a demo on the floor. This has been a great show. It's been fun to talk about Rock Band just in general, but you know, the fact that I think a lot of people are coming to our booth expecting to see gameplay, and it's not here. So
you can play Rock Band over there, right? You got the old game.
That's true. We're up on the free play stage, and there's a line. It's crazy. You know, this is one of the things as we started talking about Rock Band again. People have just come out of the woodwork to tell us how excited they are for our game, and you know, it feels really good. We have such a special community and a special relationship with our fans.
I mean, that genre, it burns so brightly, so quickly. We sort of needed a little bit of space as gamers, and perhaps you as developers as well after Rock Band 3.
Well, you know, in the time that we have not been working on Rock Band, we've been working on some very interesting projects, you know, and I think that a lot of the games that we have developed over the last 3 years really have stretched us as designers and developers just in general. And, you know, we've solved some really hard problems, you know, thinking about kind of different platforms and different types of musical experiences. And, you know, we're bringing, I think, a lot of creative energy to this time, to the game this time around, and that's a function of some of the stuff that we have worked on over the years. It's been nice to have that break. You know, that said, it feels so good to come back to a franchise that we know and love, and you know, the first thing that we did was we started playing Rock Band. You know, it's like we went back and played the game as fans, and it was great. You know, it was great to find that this game, at its core, is really pure. It's really fun. It's really straightforward in a lot of ways, and then there were, you know, we were able to think critically about our own work and think about, you know, what could we bring? What could we do here? And where do we swing and miss? Frankly, you know, there were a lot of things that we've worked on that are sort of outside, that get away from the core message and sort of fantasy that was fulfilled as kind of part of the Rock Band promise, you know. And we're psyched to get back to a lot of that, and you know, bring the full weight of our creative mojo to bear. It's been really fun so far.
So if we return to the things that you are talking about, that you are communicating here, let's talk about the hardware, the deal you set up with Mad Catz, and how instrumental will you say that is for creating Rock Band 4? Because I mean, it sort of starts with the instruments, right?
I think the instruments are such a huge part of the fantasy, you know, being there and actually playing the drums or playing on a replica Strat. Like, these are things that are important. They help you kind of, you know, get into the game in the first place. And so we're very psyched to be working with Mad Catz. We have a long history with them. You know, they started working with us around Rock Band 2, actually. They had a couple of great licensed peripherals that they made. And then they carried that forward to Rock Band 3, and it's been phenomenal working with them on the new controllers. At the same time, we know that, you know, there are a tremendous amount of people that still have controllers, that still use them, and so we're working with Microsoft and Sony to support all of the old stuff, which we feel really good about. It's challenging, you know, because in fact a lot of the support has to happen on the first party side. You know, we need support from Microsoft and from Sony, and so far we've gotten that support. It's been great. But so we think we have a good plan, you know, it's like plan to support the folks that have good stuff, and then also we know we need new stuff because, you know, there are people that either don't have it anymore or they're ready for the upgrade.
So prior to the announcement, you actually brought out some new DLC for Rock Band 3. Was that sort of testing things in anticipation of Rock Band 4? What was the...
You know, it was very, we wanted to kind of give a hint that we were working on this. Obviously, we were in development when those songs were going out, and so, you know, I think when you see a song called, you know, Rise of the Phoenix or Back to the Shack, that's a little bit of a clue. And then it culminated with the release of I Still Believe by Frank Turner, which is a song that I absolutely love. You know, he was at our party last night, he played for us, and it was emotional. It was electric in the room, and you have a whole room full of people, you know, singing along to I Still Believe that rock and roll will save us all. It's like, it's pretty phenomenal. And so it's been a fun way to sort of pull people back into the game a little bit and let them get excited. And
I guess sort of you've always been sort of at the forefront with digital, with the song list and everything with Rock Band, but it feels like this generation from the onset is sort of like, it's been designed with this in mind for everything, like all the systems sort of geared towards this digital sort of landscape. Is that something that will complement Rock Band 4 in any way, you feel?
Absolutely. You know, in fact, you know, we're planning for Rock Band 4 to be the game for this console generation. You know, we're talking about the Xbox One and the PS4, and there's a great ability for us to deliver content and features as title updates as opposed to a new disc. So, you know, we want Rock Band 4 to be an evolutionary step from Rock Band 3. We think we're actually, you know, deserving of the 4 in the title. At the same time, it doesn't imply that there will be a Rock Band 5, 6, 7. You know, we think that we can build on a very stable and fun base game. And, you know, one of the other things that we have outside of the technical tools is, you know, a great relationship with our community. And so we are in a position to react and to, you know, to look at how people are playing, to have that conversation. What do you guys want to do? What do you girls want to do? How do people play? And build around that, you know. And I think that Rock Band's a great game for that approach because, you know, we have the community and we have the technical tools to just deliver.
I'm curious as to what that actually means for the project. I guess that's some of the stuff that you're keeping for later to talk about, what kind of package you will be buying into and sort of how that will work and what will be DLC, et cetera, et cetera.
Well, we'll have a disc that will have a good amount of songs on it, and, you know, we also have our DLC library that's already there. You know, we're in the process of rebuilding it for Xbox One and PS4, and that's a time-consuming process. But, you know, walking up with thousands of songs in your library, there's great music in that back catalog that we want to make available to people. And, you know, obviously for the folks that have already bought a lot of those songs will carry forward to Rock Band 4, and that's, you know, a big part of our promise and has been going all the way back to Rock Band 2. But, you know, I think you put it very well, that there is a lot of capabilities right now in terms of digital distribution and the idea that you can expand on a core game through different title updates, and, you know, all of that exists, and I think we can take advantage of that in a way that is sort of rewriting the game a little bit.
Very exciting, and it's coming out 2015.
Yep, we're committed to this year, and, you know, we'll have much more to say about that leading up to E3, but Rock Band 4 is coming, and we're psyched.
Thank you so much for your time.
It's been a pleasure.